Are you or a loved one disabled? Do you feel alone, lost, and confused as to how to win your Social Security case? If you're watching this video, it's probably because you have so many questions and you're desperately looking for the answers. Hi, my name is Avi Leibovic, and I'm the owner at Benefits for All and the lead attorney at Avi Leibovic Associates. Over the course of my 20-year career, I've overseen the processing and screening of over 500,000 disability cases, working with the largest hospitals, neighborhood clinics, primary care physicians, and even individuals who had no access to care at all. My strategies for how to win the case have made me one of the top experts in Social Security law in the entire nation. My life and my career were going great. And then one day it all came crashing down. It started first with some abdominal pains. And before I knew it, I'd been admitted to the hospital several times and I required multiple surgeries. I found myself unable to work and disabled and in desperate need of my own benefits. I understand exactly how you feel. I was in your shoes. And I'm going to take you through the process and help you and give you everything that I know so that you can win your case. I'm recovered and I'm back at work. And I have a newfound passion for helping disabled people because I myself have been there too. Call our office today for a free screening and to see how we can help you with your Social Security case. At the same time, enjoy these videos and webinars that we've prepared to you to help you understand how to win your Social Security case. This is Avi Leibovic, and you're watching another amazing webinar brought to you by Benefits for All, where we teach you how to win your Social Security disability case without having to pay the cost of an expensive attorney. I've just crossed over the border from Oklahoma into Arkansas. As you can see, the natural state. We're ready to go on in. We're ready to have a great day tomorrow and check out some of the sites. We're going to go now quickly. We're going to go through some of the approval rates. All of you know that I've been going state by state, from coast to coast, from California out to New York, from north to south. And what are we doing? We're going ahead and we're meeting the people within every state, understanding the communities, getting to know the Social Security offices, the layout of the land, the ODR offices. So that way when you call me and you say, hey, Avi, can you help me out? I'm happy to go ahead and help you out and say, yes, I've been there, I know it, and you're not just hiring someone from the internet. So let's review some of the stuff that we've already learned. We know that when you go ahead and you submit a Social Security disability application, there's the application part, there's the request for reconsideration part, and then there's the request before an administrative hearing before an administrative law judge. Application, reconsideration, and then hearing before a judge. Every one of those pieces are essential to making sure that you go through that process, and hopefully if you do it right and you listen to these webinars, you're going to know exactly how to go ahead and how to win your case. But many of you may be sitting home in your bed or on your couch and you're saying, okay, so what are my odds of winning in Arkansas? I'm disabled, my family's disabled, someone I know needs these Social Security disability benefits. Am I going to win? Am I not going to win? What are the house odds? Everyone wants to know, like let's say when you go to Vegas, or you go to Atlantic City, before you put a bet down, what are the odds? What are my percentage over here? Well, let's take a look at what we know. Let's look at the data. We know that nationally, out of 100 applications submitted in 2016, right now it's holding at about 31%, 31.7% approval rate. Again, out of 100 applications submitted, only 31.7 of them, or just 32, will be approved. What's going on in Arkansas? In Arkansas, you're a little bit below the national average. You're at 30.3. 30.3. Is there a difference between 30.3 and 31.7? Not much, not much, but you're a smudge underneath, which means that to some extent, the district offices here or the disability determination services here are coming down a touch tougher than in some of the other states. What's going on with the reconsideration? Now you remember the reconsideration, when you get denied the application, you have about 60 days, right, to go ahead from the date of the denial letter to submit your request for reconsideration. Reconsideration nationally is 11.2% approval rate. Out of 100 applications, 11.2 are going to get approved. Unfortunately, Arkansas is, again, a little bit more conservative, a little bit tougher. Only 8.7 out of 100 applications are going to get approved. Again, I wouldn't let that bother you too much because in general, the application and the reconsideration level is somewhat more difficult to win at, especially the reconsideration level. By the reconsideration, Social Security wants to weed out the good from the bad, the healthy from the sick, the disabled from the not disabled. So they want to make sure that there's a very low reconsideration rate because they only want the serious folks, the ones who truly are in need of the benefits, to move on over to the administrative law judge and the hearing over there. So let's take a look at what the national rate is. Let's take a look at what the Arkansas state rate is, or the win rate for administrative hearings before an administrative law judge. 58.5%. 58.5% is the win rate, the approval rate nationally. Out of 100, 58.5 are going to be approved. What's in Arkansas? The good news is that Arkansas is a little bit above the national win rate. Arkansas is at 62.4. Okay, I'd rather be at 62.4 than 58, right? I mean, wouldn't you say? It's a couple extra points, about 4 points over there. The only problem is with Arkansas is it must be that there's a shortage of judges or there's a very high volume in claims that are pending before the administrative law judge, because the national average to wait, the amount of time you have to wait for a hearing date nationally is 348 days. That's a very long time. The problem in Arkansas is that we're at 420 days. You jump from 348 to 420. That's an extra 80 plus 48. It's extra 128 days. You've had an extra 4 months. Now that is troubling. While the win rate of 62.4 is okay, the problem is you have to wait a long time, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. I'm a little bit concerned because as a practitioner and someone who has spent and dedicated my career towards helping disabled people, I want to make sure that you win your case and that you win it quickly. You need those benefits. You need to be able to pay for your rent. You need to be able to pay for utilities and maintenance. You need to be able to pay for food, shelter. There's a lot of different things that you need. With the SSI, you also get the Medicaid. You need to go to the hospital. You need to go to the doctor. You need to get your prescription medication. On the SSDI side, right, if you're on for 24 months plus a 5-month waiting period, you're going to be eligible for Medicare. That's also a major, major component and a huge, huge, huge benefit to those SSDI beneficiaries. People wait for their Medicare. They wait until they're 65. If you can get it earlier, that's a big deal. So to have to wait 420 days is concerning because remember, even though Social Security tells you that they want to get the applications resolved quickly, the reality is it's taking about 6 months. In some states it's taking 8 months or 9 months. It really depends again on the backlog, on the volume, and on your particular case. If you're the type of person who only has one doctor and one set of medical records, obviously it's going to go a little quicker. If you're the type of person who's been to 3 doctors, 4 hospitals, 3 clinics, and 2 practitioners and 2 specialists, it's going to take a little more time to get that medical record. If you're the type of person who moves around and bounces around, you don't get your mail regularly, it's going to take a little bit more time to process that claim. So the problem is that between the first 6 to 9 months just for the application, and then another 6 months for the reconsideration, and then a year and 4 months till you get a hearing date, you're talking about a 2-year process, if not more. Now don't worry, your benefits are protected because you locked it in with your application. But I don't want you to have to wait for 2.5 hours, so I'm going to recommend to my friends in Arkansas, that you download the webinar called On the Record Decisions. On the Record Decisions will be explained completely in that webinar. Look for the webinar that was filmed at Seven Falls in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Seven Falls at Colorado Springs, Colorado. There's a terrific webinar that I gave on an on-the-record decision, and that is a process that is widely used by attorneys to go ahead and help those claimants who are really, really clearly going to win their case, hopefully based on what's seen, and to have them get an expedited approval without having to wait for the hearing. With that in mind, folks, we're going to keep moving. It's getting a little cold. It's starting to drizzle. I don't want the gear to get wet. It would certainly put it would dampen the trip a little bit. And I just want to say, because if you understood, each of you, how much information, knowledge are in all these webinars, if you understood what a resource all of these webinars were, you'll be downloading them, you'll be having parties over, inviting your friends, you'll be giving it to everyone that you know who's disabled to teach them how they can go ahead and file their own applications. It's not that difficult. Step by step, piece by piece, form by form. You're not an attorney, it's true, but you can go ahead and you can learn what is needed to win your case. My name is Avi Leibovic. My friends in Arkansas, I'm looking forward to a terrific day tomorrow, checking it out. If you don't live in Arkansas area, I can tell you, do what I'm doing, get in your car and come take a family trip, a family drive out over here. Beautiful, beautiful country that I saw today, beautiful countryside, I should say, very rural, and it's just something that I'm very, very excited for. Okay, Arkansas, my friends, keep smiling, it's gonna be fine. Download that webinar to help you expedite the hearing process, and don't feel bad just because you're a little bit below on the win rates for the applications or the reconsiderations. Just know that if you follow what I'm advising to you, I can't guarantee you'll win because I don't know what your medical condition is, I haven't examined you, but I'm at least gonna tell you in terms of procedurally, administratively, and process-wise what you need to do in order to go ahead and win your case. My name is Avi Leibovic, www.andbenefitsforall.com. I am gonna teach you how to win your Social Security case without having to pay the costs of an expensive attorney, all right? All the best, thank you very much.